Litam Dina Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Vandeham Shri Guru Shiyata Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragana Tam Tam Sajivam. Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sayatam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Shri Radha Krishna Padan Lalita Shri Vashakam Vitams Cha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namoste Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavan Ishwari Rishabhanu Sutadevi Prananami Hari Priye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vanchakalpa Tubhascha Kripa Sindhupa Evacha Patitanan Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So good to meet with everyone this Sunday. Thank you for joining. We're continuing with our study of Srimad Bhagavatam. Which text are we starting with, please?
Hare Krishna. We are starting with Srimad Bhagavatam. We are in Canto 3, Chapter 2, verse 25.
25. Okay,
Yeah,
very
20.
good.
Yeah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Let's see here. Can you still hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, very good. Vasudevasya Devakyam Jato Bojendra Bandhane Chikirshur Bhagavan Asya Shamajenavi Yachita. Word for word, Vasudevasya, of the wife of Vasudev, Devakyam, in the womb of Devaki, Jataha, born of, Boja Indra, of the king of the Bojas, Bandhane, in the prison house, Shikirshu, for doing, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Asya, of the earth, Sham, welfare, Ajena, by Brahma, Abhi being prayed for. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Although there is no difference between the Lord's pastimes of appearance and disappearance, the devotees of the Lord do not generally discuss the subject matter of his disappearance. Vidura inquired indirectly from Uddhava about the incident of the Lord's disappearance by asking him to relate Krishna Katha or topics on the history of Lord Krishna. Thus Uddhava began the topics from the very beginning of his appearance as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki in the prison of Kamsa, the king of the Bhojas at Mathura. The Lord has no business in this world, but when he is so requested by devotees like Brahma, he descends to the earth for the welfare of the entire universe. This is stated in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 8. Paritra Naya Sadhunam Vinashya Chaduskrutam. Dharma Samstapanartaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. So I'm going to go on to text 26. Are there any questions or comments about this text? I will do the next one. Tato Nanda Vrajamita Pitra Kam Shadvibi Yata Ekadasha Shamas Tatra Kudarchi Sa Balovashat. Tataha, thereafter, Nanda Vrajam, cow pastures of Nanda Maharaj, Itaha, being brought up, Pitra, by his father. Kamshat from Kamsa, Bibibhyata, being afraid of, Ekadasha, 11, Samaha, years, Tatra, therein, Guda Archi, covered fire, Sa Bala, with Baladev, Abasat, resided. Translation, thereafter his father, being afraid of Kamsa, brought him to the cow pastures of Maharaj Nanda, and there he lived for 11 years like a covered flame with his elder brother, Baladev. Purport. There was no necessity of the Lord's being dispatched to the house of Nanda Maharaj out of fear of Kamsa's determination to kill him as soon as he appeared. It is the business of the Asuras to try to kill the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or to prove by all means that there is no God, or that Krishna is an ordinary human being and not God. Lord Krishna is not affected by such determination of men of Kamsa's class, but in order to play the role of a child, he agreed to be carried by his father to the cow pastures of Nanda Maharaj, because Vasudeva was afraid of Kamsa. Nanda Maharaj was due to receive him as his child, and Jashoda Mai was also to enjoy the childhood pastimes of the Lord, and therefore to fulfill everyone's desire, he was carried from Mathura to Vrindavan just after his appearance in the prison house of Kamsa. He lived there for 11 years and completed all his fascinating pastimes of childhood, boyhood, and adolescence with his elder brother, Lord Baladev, his first expansion. Vasudeva's thought of protecting Krishna from the wrath of Kamsa is part of a transcendental relationship. The Lord enjoys more when someone takes him as his subordinate son who needs the protection of a father than he does when someone accepts him as the Supreme Lord. He is the father of everyone and he protects everyone, but when his devotee takes it for granted that the Lord is to be protected by the devotee's care, it is a transcendental joy for the Lord. Thus, when Vasudeva, out of fear of Kamsa, carried him to Vrindavan, the Lord enjoyed it. Otherwise, he had no fear from Kamsa or anyone else. And the text again, thereafter his father, being afraid of Kamsa, brought him to the cow pastures of Maharaj Nanda, and there he lived for 11 years, like a covered flame, with his elder brother, Baladev. So these verses, they're a little unusual in the sense that uh, there is so much direct description of Krishna himself and Lord Krishna's pastimes, which we will not hear again until the 10th canto. The 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is completely devoted to directly describing Lord Krishna. And in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, uh, in the first canto and some of the second, there is some description of Lord Krishna's pastimes after uh, the battle of Kurukshetra. He was offered the prayers of Queen Kunti, and he traveled back to Dwarka. And here in the third canto, in this first part, chapter 1, chapter 2, there is very much discussion directly about Krishna. So it's unique. If we want to hear directly about Lord Krishna, this is a good place to go. This second chapter, where Uddhava is describing to Vidura all about Krishna. And so we have been hearing different verses spoken by Uddhava, and here describing, starting from the beginning, in the text 25, We go back there. It begins at the very beginning of Lord Krishna's pastimes, how he was offered prayers by Lord Brahma to incarnate, to manifest on this planet Earth just 5,000 years ago, and details of his appearance, uh, his his mother's brother, Kamsa, had heard that the eighth child of his sister was going to kill him. And he heard this on the day of the wedding. And it was the wedding day of Devaki, if you can imagine that. And there was a prophecy from the sky that uh, he was going to be killed. And he wanted to kill his sister immediately. He was so afraid for his life. Uh, and so he put Devaki and Vasudeva, the father of Krishna, in jail, in prison. He even put iron chains on on Devaki and Vasudeva. But they had children, one after the other, and Kamsa killed them, each one. 7 children he killed. They were in prison a long time, years, obviously, many years. And finally, the 8th child, Krishna, uh, he was transferred from the prison to the home of Nanda Maharaj, who lived maybe a dozen miles away in Gokula, which is on the other side of the Jamuna River. So here, Srila Prabhupada describes it. It's not that Krishna was afraid, but it was all part of his Leela, his transcendental pastimes, that he would be raised by Nanda Maharaj and Dashoda in Gokula, and they moved soon to Vrindavan because different demons were coming to kill. Kamsa was sending demons to kill the children. So Srila Prabhupada begins this, in text 25, how Uddhava is beginning from the Lord's pastimes. In this world, Srila Prabhupada says the Lord has no business in this world, but when he is so requested by devotees, he descends to the earth for the welfare of the entire universe. And there's a quotation of famous verse from Bhagavad Gita. For this material world, just like big companies, big companies like Nike shoes and big companies, worldwide companies, they're operating automatically. It's not that the owners of the company have to be there, but they make an arrangement so that the different in different parts of the world where they have their company operations, like Nike has a lot of operations in Indonesia and Vietnam and America and Europe. But it's all happening in a way automatically, in the sense that the head officer does not have to be involved in every decision. Even the prime minister in Kenya. So many things are happening under his control, but there's different ministers in the government, right? And they're handling different management. He's not involved in every decision. So same thing with Lord Krishna. He is ultimately uh, in charge and in control of everything, but he doesn't have to personally do it. When we say that God does everything, it doesn't mean that, when we say that God uh, created a tree, we don't see Krishna outside planting the tree or something. He makes such amazing arrangements. This whole planet is spinning in space. The sun is shining. The rain is coming automatically. It's a mechanical arrangement. Uh, but when there's very serious disturbance from demons, demoniac people, atheistic people who cause trouble to the devotees and cause trouble to uh, innocent living beings, uh, then he does incarnate directly. So that's in the next verse, text 26, um, which gives a lot of details. Srila Prabhupada writes, "It is the business of the Asuras to try to kill the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or to prove by all means that there is no God, or that Krishna is an ordinary human being and not God." So I think we all have experience when we were young children, 6, 7, 8 years old, or maybe we have children, or we have seen children uh, when they're doing something that they're not supposed to do, and someone tries to stop them. What happens? Are they very happy to stop what they're doing and say, "Oh, yes, I will stop. Thank you very much"? Is that what they do? They're running around with a knife or playing with fire, or they're doing something dangerous, and an adult stops them. Usually they're very upset, aren't they? Uh, they're not happy, and they become angry. And sometimes the children will say things that, "I hate you, I don't like you," isn't it? Uh, because they don't know how dangerous that activity is. Is it not? Isn't that why they become angry? Why they become upset? They're thinking we're having a very good time, we're having fun. But we know that, oh no, this is a very dangerous thing uh, that's happening. Uh, so I'm going to stop you. So, or even when we are older, is it not so? When we are older, 16, 17, 19 years old, sometimes our parents are telling us something. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear that. You're bothering me, even though it may be good advice. So, same thing in this world. Many people, atheistic people, they think that God is interfering. God is bothering me. These religious people, they're saying things, they're bothering me. Because same thing, ignorance. They're thinking that whatever I'm doing in my life, it's perfect, it's wonderful, or it's good enough. I like it. I like what I'm doing. I'm happy enough. And you religious people, you are bothering me, telling me about heaven and telling me about uh, how I should live my life differently. Otherwise, I'm going to hell or something. So the same thing. It's just older. It's the same childish thing, just like children. So that is uh, uh, one large reason why people uh, don't want to believe in God. Sometimes they want to get rid of God. And then the other is just enviousness, uh, envy that I want to be God. I want to be in charge. I'm not going to do what someone else says. Resentful. Don't like the idea that there's a supreme person, which is another foolishness. There's always someone who is greater than us. And certainly death is greater than all of us, and disease, and so many natural catastrophes. There are so many things that are a lot greater than us. So it's just foolishness. It's just childishness to think that, oh, I can do everything independent. It's just ignorance. So these are the asuras, the ones whose minds are against God and they don't follow his direction. Just like we see in sometimes in families, isn't it? There'll be five, six, eight children, and then one of the boys, one of the young men, is like a criminal, right? Always doing wrong things and rebellious, and no one can tell him anything, isn't it? Have you seen that? Or you have heard about it? Some rebellious, or even a daughter, very rebellious. So, same thing, this attitude of rebellion, and it just leads to suffering. So, when such people become too many, then Krishna makes an arrangement to uh, stop them. Parichanaya sadhanam vinashya chaduskatam. That Krishna comes to deliver the pious, the good people, to give them the shelter, protection, and vinashya chaduskritam. He comes to annihilate the miscreants or to remove demoniac influence uh, and to reestablish religious principles. So this Lord Krishna appeared just 5,000 years ago, not that long ago in the span of eternal time. He appeared as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva, and they transferred him to another family, uh, Nanda and Dashoda. And Srila Prabhupada writes, Nanda Maharaj was due to receive him as his child, and Dashoda Mai was also to enjoy the childhood pastimes of the Lord, and therefore to fulfill everyone's desire, he was carried from Mathura to Vrindavan, where he lived for 11 years. He lived there for 11 years and completed all his fascinating pastimes of childhood, boyhood, and teenage years with his elder brother, Lord Baladev. So all of that we will find uh, Srila Prabhupada summarized in the Krishna book. We have Krishna book. And then also in the 10th canto, originally in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srila Prabhupada goes on to say here that the Lord enjoys it more when someone takes him as his subordinate son who needs the protection of a father than he does when someone accepts him as the Supreme Lord. Thus, when Vasudeva, out of fear of Kamsa, carried him to Vrindavan, the Lord enjoyed it. He had no fear from Kamsa or anyone else. So this is Krishna. This is giving us wonderful insight and understanding into the character of Krishna, how Krishna's mind works. Krishna is, sometimes people say, God is love. So it's true. Of course, he is much more than that, but he is completely full of love, and he only wants to enjoy loving exchanges with those who love him, just like we, isn't it? Isn't it when we have children, or mother and father have children, they only want to enjoy, to have good relationship with the children and exchanges of love, and we like that. Uh, so Krishna, he is so wonderful. He's not on what they call a power trip. We, because we don't have as much power as we want, we're always looking to become more powerful, to become stronger and be more in control, have more influence. Most of us want more power, and some people want a lot of power. They want to be in charge of everything, the prime minister, the president, the ruler of the country, the world. So, but Krishna, he doesn't think like that. He's already God. He has no interest in power, but what he does have interest in is love. And so, really, as it's described here, uh, just like you can think of um, some famous person, a singer or uh, actor, actress, or some famous, well, they do like power, but usually celebrities, uh, they really, although they may enjoy having a lot of attention from a lot of people, they really enjoy just someone treating them like an ordinary person, someone who doesn't think of them as the famous singer or the famous actor. It just sees them as a ordinary human being, someone they can joke with, someone they can talk to. They can just have an ordinary relationship. They really, I have read, they really like that. It gets to be uncomfortable, and lonely. It becomes lonely not being able to connect in that way. Everyone is just, oh, you're such a great actor, actress, singer, and I want your autograph. And so Krishna, he is Lord Krishna. He is like that also. You know, he appreciates that we respect him, and of course we must respect. But he really enjoys just simple love. That Vasudeva is thinking, if I don't protect Krishna, something could happen. And he's very worried something will happen with Krishna. And Krishna enjoys that simple affection, you see. Krishna's cowherd boyfriends. He has many, so many cowherd boyfriends. Raktak and Patrak and Manamangal and Sridama and Sudama and dozens and hundreds and thousands of cowherd boyfriends. Uh, and they're just friends. You know, we can think back, all of us, we can think back right now when we were uh, in the first grade school, you know, the second level, third level, right? Fifth level, 7, 8 years old. And we had our friends and we just played, isn't it? We played games and we had fun and we played with ball and played with dolls and we just did fun things. We joked with each other. We played mischievous pranks on each other, just like is described Krishna and the coward boys. Uh, they would steal each other's lunches. Like at school, you carry your lunch. So one coward boy would steal someone else's, throw it to someone else, and throw it to someone else. So it's so amazing. And Krishna and Balaram, they would enjoy this very much. This is Krishna. This is Bhagavan Krishna. So the love of like a parent, Nanda and Yashoda, which is the Vatsalya rasa, and the Sakya rasa, the friend rasa or relationship, and of course the Madhurya rasa, the young ladies, the young girls of Vrindavan, just like in high school or even junior, the earlier level when we're 11, 12, 13 years old, and boys and girls start looking at each other, isn't it? And girls and boys, they start passing notes and looking at each other. So, uh, just like that, the young girls. And Krishna was so charming, such a good dancer and singer, played his flute and dressed just amazing. Usually, of course, it's just human nature. Young ladies, they see some boy that's dressed very good, very funny, handsome. So he's attractive. The girls want to have a date with him. Who will get him for the date? So this is Krishna. So the young ladies of Vrindavan, uh, they're just crazy for him. He was so attractive and charming, and he would joke with them. Uh, very self-confident, Krishna, of course. So, and the mothers, the elderly gopis, they all had uh, the motherly affection for Krishna. Just like in a village or neighborhood, very often, even though they're not your mother, different women will treat you like a mother, isn't it? They'll give you something to eat or discipline you. Why are you doing that wrong thing? So they have the motherly relationship. So this is Krishna, and this is our original life. This is what now so many of us, uh, perhaps not you or me, but so many souls in this world are against God. They don't want to hear about. Here is Krishna with the young ladies and the cowherd boys and Nanda and Yashoda, his servants, uh, who just love him so much. And this world, Lord Krishna describes in his Bhagavad Gita, Icha Dvesha Samutena Tvena. Then in this material world, the souls, the people in your neighborhood, in the city, all over the world, so many are Dvesha. They have resentment, anger, or they don't have interest in God, don't want to hear anything about him. So this is uh, diseased, diseased. As we talk about, as I've talked about a number of times, it is just like amnesia. People, you can imagine if there was some kind of poison gas and imagine Nairobi, there was a whole cloud of this poison gas and people forgot who they were. Can you imagine? You go into Nairobi and everyone's walking around, they don't know who they are. But they go on living, isn't it? People somehow someone helps them and they get a job and they live somewhere, and they get a different identity until they wake up. So that's exactly what's happening all around us. Amnesia, just forgetfulness. People have forgotten Krishna. And we, but so many, there are actually hundreds of millions of people on this planet who are trying to become well. They're part of Christianity or Judaism or Islamic faith or uh, Hare Krishna, something, Vaishnavism, uh, trying to develop, revive their relationship with Krishna. Hundreds of millions, actually. So this is the situation. Um, and gradually we revive our memory and wake up more and more and get our original life back. We're, just like imagine those people in Nairobi or some other place and they gradually wake up. Oh, oh yeah, that's who I am. Oh yeah, I was married to this one and I was doing this. Oh, I remember. So it is exactly like that. This uh, Krishna consciousness, it is not, we're trying to convince ourselves of something, it's just something some people believe in. It's not, no. Krishna, Krishna Prema is eternal. Krishna Prema Nityasita. It is, uh, it's who we are. So gradually, by this bhakti yoga, we wake up and we get back our original life and all the benefits. Imagine you. Imagine if you forgot you were part of a wealthy family, very wealthy family. They have big mansion, so many vehicles and servants, beautiful place to live, mother and father, so wealthy, so comfortable. And you forgot that. How sad, you're living in some neighborhood of Nairobi and you're not making much money and it's difficult. And you have a whole nice life, maybe some other country, Dubai, somewhere, India. But because you forgot, you can't have it. And as as you wake up, you can get it back. Oh yes, those are my parents. Yes, I know them. And then you can reconnect and you can go back to the big mansion and beautiful gardens. So just like that, that's what we're doing. We are reviving our original identity. Mamai Vamsho, Jivaloka, Jivabhuta Sanatana. Lord Krishna describes in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, we learn who we are. We get reminded who we are. We learn how to wake up. We learn how to live so we don't become amnesia again, so we don't become forgetful. When we commit sinful activities, when we break the regulative principles, we gradually put ourselves back into forgetfulness. Uh, these four principles are like seat belts. You drive in the vehicle and or airplane, you put the seat belt on. So this, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication, no meat eating, and eating only vegetarian food that we offer to Krishna. This is the seat belt. And chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is reconnecting and staying uh, on the path. We must stay on the, so these basic practices, they keep us protected And if we if we unbuckle our seatbelt right on the plane is going up and down, you can fly up and bang your head, right? Boom. Get knocked out. So we can get knocked out by illusion and knocked out by Maya if we don't follow these basic principles and don't keep our seatbelt connected. You got to keep it tight. So I'll stop here. Are there any questions or comments, discussion?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for that discourse for today, and always being there for us every Sunday without miss. Thank you so much. Yeah. I don't know if there is any question, but maybe I just had in mind when you're talking about the numbers of souls. I was wondering, in the souls in the spiritual kingdom, in Goloka Vrindavan, and souls on this earth, including all the bacteria, the plants, human beings, which are more, who are the in terms of quantity, just out of curiosity.
Yes, very good. Thank you. Anyone else have comments or questions about anything?
Yes, and maybe one more. When Vasudev he forgot Krishna was God, and he treated him as a son. But Krishna also.
I wasn't able to hear you very clearly. You're asking, did Vasudeva know that Krishna was God?
In his mind, and then was transferred to the womb of Devaki.
Yeah, they more than Nanda and Dashoda. Vasudeva and Devaki, they knew.
Yes, but he forgot, or because he appeared in the mind, and then so even when he was traveling with him in the storm, he knew he was carrying God as a son, but was trying to protect him.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. But
Okay.
Nanda and Dashoda, they were not very conscious of that. They had a different relationship with Krishna. They just thought he was their son and a very amazing son. That was the influence of Yoga Maya, Krishna's spiritual energy of bhakti.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So if there's nothing else, we can end here. I don't like to go on and on just to fill time. I covered all the points that I thought were important. So if nothing else, we can end our afternoon class, evening class.
Thank you for the request for this.
Is someone asking something? I hear a voice, but I can't really hear.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, Poo. I'd request, I think Bhaktamuga's internet has some issues, but I'd request all the assembled devotees, please let's unmute and chant the Hare Krishna mantra in verification of His grace, Dina Sharana Prabhu from the wonderful class. Please let's join. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
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 Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Mancha Erudescha,
Kripasini Devacha, Paditanam, Pavanam, Vaishnavi Namo Namah.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai. All glory to Shri.
His Grace Dina Sharana, that's Prabhuji ki Jai.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.
Jai.
All glories to the assembled deities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Thank you so much for having me and joining together for this Krishna Katha. I wish everyone well and happiness with Krishna consciousness.
Thank you.
Haribol, next week.
Hare Krishna for the last. Happy Ram Navami, Prabhuji, and to everybody else.